Hi, YouTube. Who's on here? Hey, y'all. Go ahead and put the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Into the thumbs. All right, I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes for more people to come on. All right, y'all, come on in the room. Hey, who's on here? Say hey. Say hi in the chat. Okay, there's two of y'all. Let me get. Hey, Shelly Show. I partially saw your video yesterday about some strange incident with some driver and police or whatever. I didn't watch the whole thing. So I guess that's an interesting situation. All right. Who's the other two people? Come on in. Go hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And please comment and subscribe to my channel. It's been stuck at 744 and I've seen I've lost some subscribers. So I'm trying to finally get over that hump of getting at least 1,000 subscribers, because one thing is taking a lot of my time trying to come on make videos, and when I look back at my analytics, it seems like I was getting more views when I was talking about the gig work or gig economy. But since I don't do Uber Eats or Grubhub or DoorDash anymore, I have to see what kind of topics will draw additional viewerships or subscribers. But it seems to me that when I first peaked in this YouTube channels was when I first started talking about doing the gig work. And that was what, 2 years ago almost, when I started talking about it. So right now, it's come to a halt. So I'm trying to decide whether or not to keep this channel anymore and come on and bring up any topics or whatever. So but I'll stay on till the end of the year. But after that, I'm going to have to decide, should I just simply cancel my channel altogether and bring y'all over to my other channel, which I have not yet talked about as much, but I'm going to grow it because I'm going to be branding it with my business, TPS Tax Service. But see, I'm still working on doing a website. I figured since I'm learning CSS, HTML, JavaScript, that's going to be one of my projects on my portfolio, which I'll be working on. So while I finish the team project, I will be working on other projects such as my personal website and also my business website. So I'll be working on that. So then, grow my tax business. But, like I said, I have to decide, do I want to commit that to a full time or do something totally different now? Of course, I could always focus on my tax business because, like I said, next month, less than a month. Oh, you did? Well, I'm not going to do live videos on that one. If I do live videos on that other channel, I'm going to do it where I'm going to do a Google Meet. So that way, if anybody has specific questions, or do a Patreon, that's what I'm going to do Patreon. But I won't charge too much of a membership fee. I'll probably do like $2 just for people to ask questions when it comes to taxes. And then I'm going to ask people to submit their topic on the channel. And then I will talk about it. And then from there, I'll go from there. This channel is going to be more of my, personal everyday vlog. It's not going to talk too much about business and stuff. All right. So, this dang cat. But I'm going to finish watching that video. I want to see what happened, what ended up happening with their situation yesterday with that other driver. So, that must have been very scary. You got to be real cautious about what's going on. I know people, sometimes don't interfere because sometimes, people be doing some crazy stuff in the world. So, but anywho, so let me go and tell y'all what's been going on for the week, this past week or so. So, as for Amazon, I did work a few hours during the week, and I took I took part of VTO, and then I took my personal time. So I took most of my time, and I did work not all the hours that I said I was going to work 3 days a week. So I decided that I'm going to try. Okay, let me back up some. So anyway, remember when I was telling y'all that I was working with the CDC through a company called Maximus, who had a federal contract? So anyway, a couple of days ago, they contacted me in an email that for an interview process. It really wasn't an interview. It was really there was a Zoom meeting yesterday on Friday. So when I looked at my email, it's okay. Let me see what they talked about. It was the Department of Education. They had a contract with them. Now they always had the contract with the Department of Education. So I had signed in on a Zoom, and they had several people there as well. So basically, it was the same process like the CDC. They'll tell you the details. They tell you when it's training. and the start date. So they was hiring people who lived in Georgia in DeKalb County. Now, I don't know if it was so specifically about being in DeKalb County um, or was it nationwide? I'm quite sure it's nationwide. So um, they had it for those who lived in Georgia, to DeKalb County. And so basically, I got hired, and the position starts December 27th. And it's 4 weeks of training, Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. And then after that, they said the schedule would be from 2 to 11. And then you work a Saturday from 11 to 2. And then if you work on the week that you work a Saturday, you have one day where you work half a day or you get the day off or something like that. I don't know. So it didn't pay that much. It paid like 14.85 plus you get night differential pay if you work past 7 o'clock. So from 7 to 11, you get a shift differential pay. So let me tell y'all what happened. Now I took it, but that don't, things could change between December 27th and next year. So they had about, they were supposed to have about 50 something people that they had contacted in Zoom, but only 30 something people showed up in the Zoom. So remember I told y'all that if you work for the government, whether you be a contractor, that you would have to get the mandate vaccine. So they told people, even though you're working from home, they still require that those get vaccinated. And if you did not want to get vaccinated, you cannot accept the position. Ow! Stop it! Damn cat. So anyway, so they asked if anybody who was not vaccinated, if they do not plan on being vaccinated, they cannot offer the position. And so if anybody who wants to opt out at the time, man, let me tell you, half the people opt out and said no. They didn't want, they was going to take the vaccination. They weren't planning on taking the vaccination. And they said nope. So it went down from 40 something people to about 12, 14 people, something like that. It might have been less than that. But it immediately, boom, people were like, nope. They were not planning on taking no vaccination. They weren't getting no vaccination. Even if they said they was going to pay $18 an hour, they would not take the vaccination regardless. So I could hear that the recruiters were getting a little bit frustrated because, hey, Romeo, because the last time they did it for the class or whatever, they said they was over 60 something people had opted out. So many people are not they're not planning on looking for, but I'm not saying they're not looking for a job. They are not going to take the vaccine and they ain't planning on taking it, and that's it. I don't understand. Now I understand it's your choice and everything else, but I can't believe that something so dangerous of this COVID it's not like it's affecting a small portion of people in the United States. This is affecting worldwide. And people are like, they're not getting the jab. They not getting it. They refuse to get the test. They refuse to get the vaccine or whatever. And therefore, they won't take it. I don't know what people expect to accomplish by doing that. if they think that, they suddenly going to just change their mind and say, okay, no, you don't have to get vaccinated. You can still come on to work. You could, you could still keep your job. I don't know what, I don't know. You know what? At this point, I don't even want to know because one way or the other, people, they like, no, they don't want to shut the government down because this whole thing is not going to work out and everything else. Or people, they don't want to say they shutting down and going back to what happened when they first closed it down, the government down. And businesses were losing money, and then they thinking that, ooh, they're gonna just offer a stimulus again. That ain't gonna happen. People are not gonna be putting on unemployment. They're not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna click unemployment because of this and thinking it's gonna be another stimulus, be another stimulus. It won't, it's not gonna be, it's not gonna happen. So 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 I tentatively accepted the position with Maximus via for the Department of Education. Now, like I said, they don't know how long it's gonna last. You know, it could be for number of months or whatever. So I'm gonna take it for now and go from there. Now you're gonna say, well, what about your new career starting as a web developer? Now I'm gonna still pursue a career in the IT. I'm still going to pursue a career in IT, but see, I have to be realistic. It may take me some months to find something, but in the meantime, I have to start um, preparing myself while I finish up this program. That's why I'm going back to work in the. Okay, so where are you going to be working at, Romeo? Because California has a lot of strange restrictions about working from home. So now, if you work for any major company in California, well, I'm saying what kind, not just nonprofit, what kind of what will you be doing and will you be working? Because California still has these restrictions about working from home, whether it be a nonprofit or whether it be a major company or whatever. Oh, okay, so so that's what's going on with that. And as for Amazon, see, Amazon is going through its peak season, and oh, okay, so you have a knowledge of SQL. Well, so anyway, so what I'm going to do is, um, well, as for Amazon, I've been taking the VTO, and I just like, it's like 3 days a week for 12 hours a day. I go back to the doctor at the end of November, November 30th. So it's like I'm just, when I'm at work overnight, it's like I'm in too much pain. My sugar level is extremely high in the night, in the evening time, and it's peaking, it's spiking over 300, close to 400. So at this point, um, I'm going to when I go for let me say this. I have an appointment this Thursday, which is my birthday, for a someone to come to my house to do some blood work for that forward I was talking about. I was waiting for months for them to open up, but I'm gonna see if they open in Buckhead. I know they have an office open finally in Buckhead, but I have not been getting the updates. And I said, you know what? I waited since February to come to the office, so they're gonna be coming on that day to get blood work done. So I gotta make sure I fast, and that's gonna be done Thursday. And then the following week I'm supposed to have like a consultation. It's over the computer, and I'm not really feeling that. I'm not doing that thing with the computer and, oh, we're gonna no, I want to go into the office and experience the full experience of going to an office and seeking a doctor face to face and letting them evaluate all my numbers and stuff. I'm not doing that. Yeah, they're gonna do my blood work and stuff, and then they'll pull it up and stuff. But no, I didn't. I'm not paying a fee for some off service thing. Now, I understand if they're not physically open and they're gonna be open up in January, then I'll accept it. But if I find out, I'm gonna go to Buckhead this week, and I'm gonna go there and see if they physically open. And if they physically open, then I'm going to see someone when I walk in. I'm not waiting. Says, oh well, we ain't got no. Mm-mm. I waited since February when they first came out. When they first started, before they even built anything in Buckhead, I was on that waiting list, and I've been waiting for months. So I refuse to do that. I'm gonna go and do my little consultation Monday, Friday, Thursday for the blood work, and then the following week with the computer and someone look at your labs. But before then, I'm gonna drop by there. Now I may go into Zoom when I take my class with Generation and be on, while I'm driving down there. I'm gonna finally go down there and and go there physically myself. But um, it's good, and I like how they have it done, and they have a lot of different services. But I will talk about that in another video once I finally get this thing started. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And then with Amazon, on the other hand, I know I'm not making rate. They want you to do 250 an hour when you sort packages and stuff. And I know that when after 4 hours before we go on break, it always says I did 485, which is probably that was the last time that I did it. So I knew I was going slow. And um I guess they want you to do almost 1,000, and that 4 hours is probably what you close to 1,000, and I'm not even no way close to that. So um no one hasn't come to me yet about my rate and all that kind of crap. And the manager I have, I finally went back to the fourth floor, where the floor that I'm supposed to be working on under with that manager I got, but I too much do not care for her too much. She never comes around. I've seen her one time um, on Friday night, and other than that, I ain't seen her or came to her. It was this black guy who always do the water spotter. They put the they put the things next to your station. He asked me like Thursday night, 2:30. He said, "Oh, do you want to take BTO and this and that?" And I said yes, because I wasn't feeling well, and I have not been well. I've been taking these prescriptions to help me with my sugar levels and the nerve pain. But when I go to the doctor November 30th, we'll do a complete lab work. But see, I'm already going to have lab work done at this other forward. So, um, depending on what I'm going to do, I may just go to, I'm going to go to the other doctor as well. But, I'm trying to hang in there with Amazon at least until January 1st or January 2nd. But I may have to take another medical leave again, but I'm gonna have to strategically do it to the point where um, I could take a medical leave and then see where I stand, whether or not I could work overnight, especially with my sugars being as high as it is, because I have to do something. Now I know it's about changing my diet and things like that, and eating better and letting the sugars drop down. Until I do that, it's gonna take a couple months. Now, one thing with Forward is that they do have weight loss management where they can help you with that, and they're very scientific about it. So I'm curious. I really want to use this service. I really want to stay with the service. I think it's a great value. But until I see somebody and really go through it, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to do and go through. So so I have another backup plan for another job, and even though it's with a company Maximus that contracts through federal agencies, I could stay with Maximus because, like I said, I did had a contract with them for 3 months for the CDC. I don't know how long this one's gonna last. So um, they said they offer bonuses too. So the pay may be a little bit low, but they have bonuses in regards to like attendance, coming back from lunch and time and coming back on breaks, and also um, I assume about quality. People be calling in about their student loans. And I know that's going to be a big contract because I know that contract is going to ask a lot of questions about that loan forgiveness and everything else. So that might last for a minute. That may be a while. Now, I don't know if it's a year. I don't know if it's going to be one whole year, but it's going to be at least longer than 3 months because there's a lot of things they have to go through and sort through, and people's going to be calling about it, and but they can't seem to find people to fulfill the job. So they're going to probably be real busy. I could tell you that. If they can't find people to work from home and they're going to give you the equipment too, and people don't want to take the shots and stuff, they not plan on they don't want to take the shots. They ain't plan on taking it. So they have a deadline of, what was it? December. I think it's the middle of December. They gave people until then that if you're a federal or a contractor with the federal government, you have to be vaccinated by that time. And then if you're not, that's it. Even if you work as a federal employee, they require. And there's a lot of people. Let me tell you, I know from experience, the ones my former coworkers at the IRS. I'm not sure all of them are going to is going to get the exam or take it, but a lot of them have a number of years, and December is usually the right around the time that a lot of them retire. A lot of them retire. They retire. They put in their retirement. So many people are going to be retiring next month, and I'm probably still keeping. I keep in contact with a couple of them, so I'll probably call up a couple of them in the coming weeks, and they're gonna tell me, yeah, girl, so and so. It's gonna be a whole new people retiring. Because when I was there back in 2016, so many people were already been work past 20, 30 years, and they still was working. And I was like, when you retiring? I don't know. So I know they about to I know most of those people are not there. They should be retired. So I don't know how they surviving. So it makes me wonder if I should reinstate myself back to the government and see what happens. They probably take me back. They say, "Oh yes, come on back." I do believe when I left, they said that after so many years, not years, but I could go back. I could go right on back and apply and be reinstated again. So I know that for sure because I didn't leave under that egregious thing. I didn't leave because I didn't file my taxes or nothing like that or access the system illegally. I didn't do that. That's for sure. You know, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to really, you know what? I'm curious, not because I'm dying and desperate to get my job back, but I would probably apply just to see, you know, to get reinstated back and work for the IRS again. But do I really want to do that? I don't know. But I would have to I wouldn't be able to work TurboTax into it anymore. But it just all depends. I don't know. I just know one thing. People are just walking away. You know, you could walk away if you could afford to walk away. You know, you have a good retirement plan, social security and all that stuff. You could walk away and, be a consultant and use your skill set to be a consultant or work for yourself. Now I'm not talking about working for yourself doing no Uber either, or Uber or Grubhub. I'm talking about um, consulting, whether you be in IT or taxes or whatever. The gig work jobs, Uber Eats and Grubhub and all that stuff, that's little money. That's little pocket change. That's little supplemental income. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's a good supplement of income you can make, without having to spend all your money. And that's the only thing about it. That's one thing I can't really say is a good thing anymore. Driving around doing food deliveries because um, with most of these restaurants and stuff going to fast food and things of that nature, I can't see people not really paying out like they used to. That's the only thing about that. The payout is not as great like it was. Now it's a good little supplemental income. I won't question that. But if you wanted to make an extra 800, 900, maybe $1,000 a month, then um, that's good to build up on your savings. That's what it's good for. Build up your savings and pay some little bills here and there. Not to financially support yourself. Not like it used to be, I tell you. 4 years ago, when people said they was making 1,000 a week or 1,200 a week, you probably could do that. You probably could really make that amount of money a weekly basis. Even if you made 900 a week, 3,600 a month, that's pretty good in Atlanta because even with my bills, that was substantial to pay. But now, with inflation and everything going up as high, you gotta catch up from what inflation, the rate of inflation is. So it's like you gotta find an extra $400 or $500 extra per month just to keep up and pay for everything, the high cost, everything that's costing, or cut back on your expenses. See, I'm planning on cutting back on my expenses right now. My cell phone bill with Mint.com, I'm about to I got my last bill for Sprint. It was 60 something a month. I'm about to cut that down to $30 and half. And it really could be cheaper than that. It could be really 25 a month or $15 a month. But I'm trying to debate because my data plan. I wanted the unlimited data and text, but I don't use that much data according to Sprint. So I could really go with a plan that's $15 a month and do that. And they use the same network on T-Mobile, and I could pay it off in 3 months, or I could do 6 months or a year up front and do it like that. So they send you a SIM card, and I keep my same phone number and phone, and they use the in T-Mobile network, and it works just the same. So I'm gonna be switching over my cell phone, so that frees up a little bit of money from the here and there. And then there's the car insurance. I could call Root and see if they have a better rate to give me, because I don't even drive the SUV that much. So I'm gonna see if I knock down some more coverage on my car insurance, because you don't really need a full coverage on a vehicle. Just the basic coverage for your state. So I'm gonna see about that. And I know I've been having turning on this heat lately, but I'm gonna turn it off. I mean, I turned it on a couple of days, but not all day. So, but a gas bill, I'm not looking forward to a gas bill, because energy cost is going to be high rise, skyrocketing. But if you're energy efficient, then it's fine. I don't need to have all these lights turned on. I don't need to have all this stuff turned on. So I could turn off set my thermometer, set it. Once it gets to a certain degree, that's it. And this is brand new too, that I had to replace this year. So I shouldn't have no high gas bill and no high electric bill. Now it may go up may go up a few, but nothing drastic. And other than that, you know, just comb through your expenses. Just comb through it. As for the holidays coming up, I already bought whatever I need to buy for the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Um, I'm not buying any Christmas gifts because it's way too much, and I haven't received any Christmas gifts in years. And then I don't know. I just I'm not doing that consumerism, buying things and stuff. For people, even if they are relatives. Buying things for what? Like I don't buy things for my nieces and nephews because one, they grown. You know, even though I have grand nieces and nephews, I haven't seen them, haven't met them. And when I did meet my nephews in the wedding, she was in the hands of her of the mother's side of the family. She was crying, and so people really didn't get to meet her per se. I'm like, I'm not blaming the child, but at the same time, it's not like when you buy things for kids, for children. To me, I rather buy things that one would need. You know, toys and all those little things. Kids, they frickle. If you look at my cousins and stuff when they were young and children, people used to get so much for Christmas, all these things, and they just get all this stuff. You know, they'll play with it. They'll be tossed to the side or whatever, and it gets to a point where, yeah, but the thing is it what I do? I want to go back? Do I, if I even wish to go back? But I don't know. I'm inquire about it. All I could do is inquire and see what happens. But working at TurboTax, I get paid I'm not missing a beat when it comes to pay. The only thing is missing from that is maybe the benefits and stuff, but you know, I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to check and see about that one. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not I ain't rushing to go back and begging to go back because I don't know how things are now. But we shall see, we shall see. They probably don't even hire people directly anymore. They probably have to go do it as a contractor. If I go back to the IRS, I probably be as a considered a contractor because Maximus even hires people for the IRS. They even hire people to the IRS. So I don't know. But now this Thursday is my birthday. So I don't know if I'll be able to be with y'all that Thursday, but I will see. I'll let y'all know. I'm gonna call Provinos tomorrow. I'm gonna ask them do they still do the birthday thing, and then I'll go there for lunch. I take it to go. So that's what I would do. I'll do that on Thursday, and then I'll go to work that Thursday at Amazon and see how that goes. But I don't know. I'm thinking about whether I should keep staying at Amazon, but I'm gonna hang in there. I'm gonna hang in there because at least until December 27th. Then at that point, I could see if what they'll be doing after peak season. One thing for sure, when they was talking about if you ain't making rate, they'll let people go and this and that or whatever. See, I know I have a feeling when it's time to resign. We said, let me resign and then come back. But I'll probably take a medical leave. That's what I do. I'm gonna wait right around after November 30th. I go to the doctor. Then I'll sit there and wait just to see what they're gonna do about people with the scheduling, and then I'm gonna see if the doctor updates me and probably cut my schedule down because this thing 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and my sugar levels are high in middle of the night like that, and I'll be sitting in like it's like something stabbing at my feet, and these medications seems not to be doing much of nothing. I'm gonna have to take a medical leave or have a medical necessity because so far I don't know. I'm gonna have to. They'll evaluate me. They'll tell me. I'll find out soon enough once I go to the doctor. And because diabetes is a progressive disease, it's not something that you could just get rid of. Despite whatever you hear people say, that's not something you could just get rid of. It's something you could control, but it's always going to be progressive. So as you get older, and as the years go by, it progresses further. You just have to control it, but you don't get rid of it. People be like, you get rid of it. No, you can't. You cannot get rid of diabetes. You cannot get rid of, you can control it, but you cannot. Cat, what you doing in the background? You see her in the back? He or she? sitting on my other chair. You could control it, but you cannot get rid of it. So, I'm going to see if I start walking more. And I gotta find my meter. I think that's in the car. I hope it's in the car. Yeah, I'm gonna take it because if I could bring my sugars down to in the hundreds, I'm fine. But 300, almost four, that's unusual. And I don't know, it's probably been like that for months. Where is everybody? All right, y'all. I ain't got much to say, so a lot of y'all didn't decide to come on tonight. But anywho, but the ones who did, thank you for coming on. Like, comment, and subscribe. All right, Shelly Shell, Romeo. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.